I am Tyson Ryanauer, and this video is about how to make fraction manipulatives for visual learning.
Here is an example of the finished product which I am going to show you how to make for your students. When these two manipulatives are combined, they will serve as a demonstration model I will be using in the next 3 parts of this 4-part series, which will show students how to make computations with them. To begin making these hands-on manipulatives, one needs to purchase semi-transparent report covers, which are made by the manufacturer in its original primary color.
Here is an example of a blue report card cover, and here is a red one. I have had trouble finding yellow report covers, which is why I have had to keep my eyes open for any low-cost sheet protectors that are out there in that color. Here are the steps which I have used to make a classroom set of low-cost fraction manipulatives. What I would first do is create 2 equal-sized squares with lines, and then fill them in so that they will each contain different sized fractional parts. I would then print them out onto white paper using only black grayscale ink. Then, to save money, I would cut and paste as many fractional grids as I can onto a white 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. This would next be taken over to a nearby printing business in order to make my classroom set of square grids. I would then use a pair of scissors to cut each of the transparency fraction grids into equal-sized squares, and then cut out the primary colored report covers into rectangular-sized pieces, which would then be taped on top of the transparencies. Here are 2 examples of what your fraction grids would look like when your cut report card covers are laid out over them. Now you are ready to apply what you have just created. One can see here that the vertical fraction bars on the left take a blue color, while the horizontal ones on the right get the yellow color. This makes the blue color show the fraction 3/4, while the yellow colored bars reveal the fraction 2/6. When one slides the 2 fractions together to add them, one notices that the total number of equal-sized, but now smaller rectangles adds up to 24. It adds up to 24 because 6 times 4 equals 24, and by counting each of the primary or yellow and blue colored rectangles as 1s, and the secondary or green colored rectangles as 2s, one should get 2 yellows and 12 blues. These numbers add up to make 14 yellows and blues. When one counts each of the green rectangles as 2s, and then adds them up 6 times, one gets a total of 12. And it is by adding up the 14 yellows and blues, along with the 12 represented by the greens, which makes a new total of 26 equal-sized colored-in rectangles. The 26 becomes the fraction's top number, whereas the number 24 becomes its bottom number. As a result, the fraction seen here by adding 3/4 to 2/6 is equal to 26 24ths. This concludes the video, which shows how one can make one's own fractional manipulatives along with how to add them.